I know humility is not something that you can teach, it's what you have to experience. And I just want to share my experience with it. A few months ago, I'll say this had to been around September or so. I had my first repossession of my car, and I've never been through something like that before. I had to go back on the bus, and I haven't been on a bus in like over 10 years, like since I was in high school. And not saying anything's wrong with the bus, not saying nothing wrong with that, because that's a $1 million vehicle coming to pick you up. I'm not saying anything wrong with that, but it was different for me. I haven't had to be in that position, without valid reason, because I could talk about my story. I don't want to go down there, but I had to get comfortable with being in a position where, I just wasn't in that position. Like, I worked hard to not be in that position. I burnt myself out not to be in that position. So I was just feeling like I had to take on the world. I had to do everything. I had to do this, that, and the third, and then still be able to be a mom and be a partner and be, a good worker. Like, it was just a lot. And I had to get comfortable in myself and realize that these people are not, for one, going to help me get out of this situation. If anybody was to say anything judgmental, they were not helping me to get out of the situation. So why does their opinion even matter, first off? And then second off, I met some great people on there. Like, I had great conversations. And then I ain't gonna lie, I purged a lot on there. Like, I cried a lot on the bus. And I know that's not a place where you need to be crying, but I was like in this position where, so I'm like, God, this is not what we talked about. This is not what we discussed when we had this whole conversation about quitting the job, about, making sure that we're, walking in our purpose. This was not a part of the plan. And I had moments where I was just crying and I was upset. And, I had to realize that, I don't know the plan. Like, I might have heard the initial speaking or the initial, feeling or sensation for me to quit the job, but I didn't know the full plan. That was a part of the plan. And little did I know that part of that plan was teaching me humility. It was teaching me confidence. It was teaching me to not care about what other people think, to not worry about judgment from people who are not even able to live in their best life. So why does it matter? You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what's happening in their life. You don't know what lessons and what, traumas or things, demons that people are fighting. And that's a whole nother conversation that I like to have. I feel like we should encourage each other to live in peace so we don't have to say rest in peace, because those same demons that people are fighting in real life, not real life, but in living, as they're living, they're probably fighting those demons while they're dead, like spiritually. Does that make sense? Anyway, off topic. Yeah, like humility, it had to be experienced. It had to be felt. It had to be, understood, sought after, accepted. Because today I went out and I've been telling myself, I've been feeling in my spirit that I'm going to go out and I'm just going to try to make any type of difference that I can. It's this one island, and if you live in my neighborhood, it's right next to that Chipotle, that CQ, and Security Mall. That island right there always has so much trash. And I'll be like, oh, it's disgusting. It literally is disgusting. And it took me back to my childhood where, like, I learned about Litterbug, the word Litterbug. And I don't remember a lot of things. So if you know me, my memory has not always served me. But this always stuck with me, like Litterbug. One of my teachers was like, somebody who litters is a litterbug. And it used to be like an insult. Like, it used to be like, you litterbug. And I'd be like, oh, like, so it really like started to bother me when I would see that trash right there. I would be like, wow, these people really don't care. It was like liquor bottles. It was Chick-fil-A cups. It was Chipotle napkins. It was McDonald's fry boxes. It was all types of stuff over there. And I don't want to make it seem like I've never littered before, because I felt myself being judgmental while I was out there, because at first I was a little nervous. I'm not even going to hold you, because like going out into the middle of the island and just picking up trash by myself, I was a little self-conscious. But then I was like, girl, we got over that. We went through that. If we can walk through these streets, walking on a bus, once again, nothing's wrong with that. It was just different for me. If we can get through that, crossing the street, crossing the same island to go to the next bus stop, what's the difference of you picking up the trash? Like, this is come on. So I found myself calling one of my friends on the phone before I started. We talked for like 2 seconds and then we had to get off the phone. And I was like, well, that can't stop you from, doing it. You can't not do it because you feel like you're alone. First off, we're never alone. So I put on my Christian R&B music, and I'm gonna link it down below because that playlist be it's the way it sounds, it's the way it makes me feel, it's the way I praise. Like, it's definitely a slap. So I'm gonna link it down below. But anyway, I put that on and I just went through the whole island, up to the light, back down to the bus stop where I parked, and then picked up the trash that I seen. And it felt so good. I feel like I'm still on a high from it. It felt so good because, one, it was something that I felt uncomfortable doing, and then to be able to get over and get through it and then have satisfaction from it, knowing that I'm helping and serving my community, I feel proud of myself. Like, I do. And then I hope that it is, I don't know. I feel like it's this perception that we always feel like we're gonna be good enough for God, good enough for Jesus. But that's what I was about to say. But I don't wanna take it there. I feel very good in what I've done today, and I want to continue to lead the day off, or continue my day off on that foot. This is one song, I'm blessed to be a blessing, on that playlist, and that song just kept playing. Like, I just wanted to keep playing that song afterwards, because sometimes we can look at what we have and feel like we don't have enough, we can't do, we're unable to, we're lacking, we're incapable. But no, whatever you have, whatever time, resources, whatever is able to bless somebody else. You have something that somebody else wished that they had. Grass always greener. When I was in that overworking state of mind, I wish I had the time for me to be able to have the freedom to choose my, what I do for the day. I have that, and now I want to make sure that I'm filling it with goodness. Ooh, more kindness. Yes. And I really hope, and I want to encourage you to go out and do something that makes you uncomfortable, but is also good for the goodness, for greater kind. It's good for greater kind. If you're picking up trash, if you're helping somebody by holding their door, carrying their bags, if you're lending, now in my area, we don't get free bags anymore. When we go to the market, you have to pay for them. So if you have extra bags, you see somebody need a bag, give them a bag. Like, I don't know, like anything. I want you to step outside your comfort zone and, do something to better yourself, but at the same time, better your environment, better your community, better, God's people. It's a whole challenge. So down below, I want you to comment, I am stepping outside of my comfort zone. I'm helping my community. I'm helpful to those around me. I accept the help from other people around me. Because I remember when Krishan was holding that baby, with that baby neck in Walmart, and somebody was like, how come nobody helped her? Because she would be the type to pop off on you, because sometimes you can't help people if they're not in a position to receive it. So I don't know, I've always been interested in Krishan for some reason. Like, she's like, her development and like where she is, and like her boisterous, like her expression of emotion, that's something that I feel like I wanted to take from her, because I would suppress my emotions. I felt like robotic, but I like her expression of emotion. And she has some things going on. I don't know her personally, so I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to make it about this, but it's like being open and acceptive and receptive of help, but then also being able to give it and be of help to people around you. And it makes you see things in a totally different way than you did before. So I hope this was helpful. I'm gonna see you on the next video. I hope you have a good day. Okay, peace.